This way. This one is for the person staring at a wall. No opening, no clear answer, no obvious next move. You prayed, you waited, you looked again, and still, no way. But God does some of His best work where your options run out. Because when the way ends, the Waymaker steps in. Isaiah 43, verse 19. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. A way in the wilderness. Not around it, not after it, in it. That means the place you called impossible can become the place God calls prepared.
Wilderness means no map,
No comfort, no obvious provision. But God says,
I will make a way there.
Rivers in the desert. Meaning, supply in dry places, movement in stuck places, life where everything looked empty. So if your season feels dry, don't assume God is absent. Dry does not mean abandoned. Now hear this. When Israel stood at the Red Sea, there was no visible way forward. Water in front, pressure behind, and fear said, this is where it ends. But God had another word. Exodus 14, verse 21. And the Lord caused the sea to go back, and made the sea dry land. He made a way where there was only water. So let that settle in your spirit. If God can put a road through a sea, He can put a way through your confusion. He can make a path through debt, through grief, through delay, through silence, through every wall you have stared at too long. Now this is important. When God makes a way, it may not look like the way you planned. Because God is not committed to your preferred route. He is committed to your purpose. And sometimes the reason you can't see the path is because He is still forming it. Not everything hidden is denied. Some things are simply being prepared. Proverbs 3, verses 5, 6.
Trust in the Lord with all thine heart,
And He shall direct thy paths.
shall not maybe,
Not eventually if you panic enough.
shall.
That means direction is not a reward for perfect understanding. It is the fruit of trust.
So tonight stop staring at the wall like it has the final word. Walls don't decide outcomes.
God does. If the door is shut, He can open another. If the path is blocked, He can build a new one. If the road disappears, He can still lead you step by step. Now pray this with me.
Lord, where I see no way,
Show me your way.
where I have been discouraged,
Restore expectation.
where I have been staring at closed doors.
Teach me to look for your hand instead. Make a way in the wilderness.
Send rivers into dry places. Open what no one can shut. Lead me where I cannot see. will not call it over.
just because I do not understand it.
I will trust you in the wilderness. I will trust you at the sea. I will trust you in the dry place.
Because you are still the God who makes a way. Now declare it slowly.
The Lord will make a way.
The Lord will make a way. Pause.
Where I see no way.
He is working right now. Again.
The Lord will make a way.
He is opening a path. I will trust him.
The Lord will make a way.
Because what looks close to you may already be opening in God's hands. He will make a way. Amen. This one is for the place you didn't plan to be. The delay, the setback, the closed door, the moment where nothing is moving the way you expected. And the question keeps coming back. How is this going to work? Because right now, you don't see a way. But God specializes in places without options. Isaiah 43, verse 19. Behold, I will do a new thing. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert.
A way in the wilderness.
Rivers in the desert. That means God doesn't wait for conditions to improve. He creates what's missing. So if you don't see a way, that doesn't mean there isn't one. It means God hasn't revealed it yet. And that's where faith lives. Not in what you can map, but in what God can make. Now hear this clearly.
You are not stuck.
You are not stuck.
You are
Positioned. Positioned for a way that only God could have created. Because if the path were obvious, you would credit your strategy. But when the path appears in impossible places, you will know it was God. Some of you are trying to solve what God is trying to reveal, trying to force doors that God already closed, trying to hold on to versions of life that no longer fit the direction He is taking you. But God is not confused about your future. Proverbs 16, verse 9. A man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps. You can plan, but God positions.
You can think
But God leads.
what God leads.
And here's the shift. Stop asking, how will this work? Start declaring.
God will make a way.
Because faith is not figuring it out. Faith is trusting Him through it. Now listen. Ways don't always appear as roads. Sometimes they look like a conversation you didn't expect, a connection you didn't plan, a door you didn't knock on, a redirection that didn't make sense at first. But when it unfolds, it will be undeniable. So right now, release the pressure. You don't have to build the way. You just have to walk it when it appears. Now pray this with me. Lord, I trust you to make a way.
I trust you to make a way.
Even here, situation I don't understand. Where I see limits, you see possibilities. Where I see walls, you see openings. Where I see delay, you are preparing. I release control, I release fear, I release the need to figure everything out. Make a way for me.
Guide my steps into it.
And give me the faith to walk it when it appears.
Now declare it slowly.
God will make a way.
God will make a way.
I am not stuck.
God will make a way.
My path will appear again.
God will make a way.
God will make a way. I trust Him.
I will walk it.
Because when God makes a way, no obstacle can close it. Even here. Amen. Even here. Amen.